Hello and welcome to Flippin Through, the internet's #1 Mad Magazine news, review, and interview channel. Let's zoom out a little bit. And today we're flipping through Mad Magazine number 48, released July 1959. Our price, 25 cents, which is indeed cheap. But before we do that, please let me remind you to hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. That is the best way that you can support this channel and help it grow. And it can't grow without your support. So if you've already done that, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. We're past 900, baby. Made the goal of 900 by Easter. Who would have thought? If you want to support me in another way, patreon.com/flippinthrough. If you go there, link is down in the description. If you go there, you can get stuff. You give me a couple bucks, I give you something in return. Yeah, if you just think this is worth more than a like or a subscribe. These are the people that I get to thank right now. Jacqueline Gosling, Reflection of Perfection, Frank Snyder, Misimo, David Strickler, Megan McInerney, Shane Buckley, Bobby Weigel, Cam Hayden, Rob Wilson, Rod Mead-Sperry, Andrew Goldfarb, Casey Ori, and Little Cozy Nostril. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I hope I can keep on earning it. With that, let's get to the overhead. Here we go. We're back. We're back in the pre-100 days. Now, wait a second. Where am I? There I am. The thing is with, off center. The thing is with these pre-100 days, it's a little, these are the hardest ones for me to do because I recognize the artists and the writers. What I don't recognize are the pop culture references. So that's always something that I struggle with. So if I point something out and I'm confused by it, or if I misrepresent it, please leave a comment down below. This is a beautiful Kelly Freas cover. Kelly Freas was like a hardcore cover artist for Mad Magazine. I don't understand why he left. This is something interesting too, though, about this. This is, I don't know how many Kelly Freas, well, probably actually, Kelly Freas did a lot of Alfred E. Neuman because he also did Moxie Kazanovsky, Alfred's girlfriend. But anyway, it's how accustomed are you to Norman Mingo's Alfred E. Neuman? I know from conversations I've had with Kyle Bridget, mad artist Kyle Bridget, that Norman Mingo became like the standard. Like he created the version of Alfred E. Neuman that you know. Everything else is based off of that. So it's interesting, early days, when you see other artists doing it, because it doesn't look quite right. They got the hair, they got the eyes, they got the tooth and everything. They have all of the parts, but it's just slightly different. And here we have, I want you for the U.S. Army, enlist now. And Alfred saying, me? Now, they did a better version of this, I think, which is Uncle Sam saying, who needs you? I do prefer that one. But that is a fine cover. Here's a lovely cigarette ad. Oasis. I wonder what, was it Oasis? Is that the name of the cigarette brand? Anyway, here we have the masthead. Let's zoom in on this. This is something people like every once in a while. So in 1959, we had America was once the melting pot. Now it's the pressure cooker. So that's in 1959. Hey, more things change, the more they stay the same. Publisher is William Gaines. Editor, Albert B. Feldstein. Art director, John Putnam. Ideas, Jerry DeFuccio. Jer DeFuccio. Production, Leonard Brenner. Contributing writers, Wally Wood. Bob. Contributing artists. Oh, this is very interesting. Contributing artists, we're used to seeing the usual gang of idiots. When did that happen? When was the first time they referred to them as usual gang of idiots? Wally Wood, Bob Clark, Don Martin, Mort Drucker, Frank Kelly Freas, George Woodbridge, Dave Berg, Joe Orlando, contributing writers, Sid Caesar, Frank Jacobs, Al Jaffee, Cy Wright, Gary Belkin, Buddy Bash, Paul Lakin, D. Krause, Bill Dixon, Arnie Kogan. That's interesting. When was The Usual Gang of Idiots? When did that first show up? Holy smokes. I think I have a little bit of a detective thing to do. Number 48. Huh. Boy, oh boy. You know what I wish? I wish that they didn't remove all of the MAD issues off of the archive, because then I could like really find out quite easily, but I can't. No, this is the most important thing, the most interesting thing about the letters page today. Real quick, the MAD straitjacket. Boy, do I wish I had one of those. The problem is that I can't have one of those, because if I had one of those, I'd wear it. I'd wear it, and it would become threadbare, and they're like $1,000. So, what are you gonna do? I don't want to ruin a $1,000 shirt. Here we have double vision. Now, why am I focusing on this? Well, I wonder, did Mad Magazine give this young boy credit? Because look here, look, I forgot I put this camera in. Look right here, we have Mad Magazine number 90 introducing the Mad Puyet. And look at Alfred E. Neuman. Coincidence? I think not. Wrong one. So here we have the double vision. Enclosed is a picture of me showing the results of reading too many issues of MAD. Not only has your idiocy rotted my mind, but I've also developed an extra pair of eyes. Now I have to suffer through your junk twice as much. Seward McCain, Palo Alto, California. But you only have to look half as hard. Ed. That's a fun letter right there. Here we have comic strip heroes. Let's zoom in a little bit. I wanted to focus on this because I love Wally Wood's art. More and more these days, the trend is toward realism in entertainment. Take all them TV heroes. For example, guys like Bat Masterson, Wyatt Earp, and Jack Benny. These characters aren't made up. No, sir, they're taken from real life. Newspaper syndicates are smart. They get on the ball, follow the trend, and get more realism in their feature by using these comic strip heroes. Do you guys see me suppress a yawn? That's what I do for you. Here we have bringing up Bonnie Prince Charlie. A lot of these I don't exactly understand the references to the strips. I just liked this because they drew Bonnie Prince Charlie very similarly to Alfred E. Neuman. And it would not be the last time that they compare Prince Charles to Alfred E. Neuman. There's that cover in the 90s with Prince Charles, David Letterman, and Dan Quayle, I think, all on it. And they were like, one of these guys won the Alfred E. Neuman lookalike contest. And here you have Werner von Braun, Space Wizard. It's a little bit of not a lot of Nazi humor. I don't know. They were not, I think it's weird. I think it's weird that the whole Nazi scientist thing. Here's one. I mean, come on, guys. You knew, if you watch this show, you know I love my boy Nixon, right? And here we go as, I was going to say high and lowest. No, the Bumsteads, Dagwood Bumstead.
I'm home, Pat.
How did things go on Capitol Hill today, dear?
Man, I had a rough morning in the Senate. That Lyndon Johnson keeps picking on me.
Oh, Dick, I wish you'd get out of politics. I'm so sick of wearing cloth coats.
But, Pat, this is my career.
I know, honey, but you've got to think of your future.
You're right. Where can I go from here?
Nowhere, unless you run for president.
Run for president? Golly, that is an idea. Why didn't I think of that before? Maybe I'll ask Ike about it.
So I guess this is before his failed bid at president, right? When did that happen? But these are lovely. I like it. It's kind of funny. Wood is really good. Wood and Elder are really, really good at mimicking the styles of these old strips. But it's funny because it's like he has to also include the caricature. So he kind of has to break the model of, what what do you call it? Blondie. Blondie, that's the damn strip's name. He breaks what Blondie and Dagwood Bumstead actually look at, breaks the style. Here we have Hoffa the Menace. Kid, what you need is a union. You look like somebody with a lot of grievances. Unfair to organized idiots. Oh, look, there's Dennis the Menace back there. And Moxie. Now, listen, guys. Yes, that's right, an ad alert. This is something I've seen a million times, and I've brushed over all million times that I've come across it. But bad news is that Moxie was a soda. Yes, indeed. Look at this. Moxie, the brand of carbonated beverage, is among the first mass-produced soft drinks in the United States. It was created in 1876 as some medicine, right? The sweet soda is similar to root beer with a bitter aftertaste. It is flavored with gentian root extract, extremely bitter, but used in herbal medicine. So it's probably like medicine. But anyway, look at that. That's Moxie, right? They were advertisers. They were advertisers early on in Mad magazine, which kind of goes in the face of comments that, oh shit, comments that, what's his face made, Gaines has made when it comes to advertising. Like if we were being paid by Coca-Cola, could we really make fun of Pepsi-Cola? Or if we're taking money from them, could we make fun of them? That was in one of the recent live streams that I went through. Little known organizations. I thought this one was very funny. Alcoholics. If you're going to drink, why not get drunk among friends? Nobody understands a drunk better than another drunk. Here is a place you can come where nobody's going to try to make you kick the habit. For old timers, for beginners, Alcoholics Unanimous. I don't know. That just, makes me smile a little bit. Now, this whole issue could have been called, Berg and Clark. That's what it could have been called. And here, I swear I've done this issue before. It's either that or this era of Mad had a lot of repetition. How many times did they do something about skin diving? I'm not sure. There's a few things that look familiar. I searched my own channel and I didn't find this because skin diving feature looks really familiar and something else looks really familiar too. But I think it's because they were reprinted in specials. And I used to do super specials on live streams, which I stopped doing because of this. It's confusing. And I'm very easily confused. If you think I don't like Dave Berg, if you are ever under that impression, that is an incorrect opinion. I actually love Dave Berg. I think Dave Berg is truly, unironically, one of the greatest Mad artists. What I hate is a Mad look at. That is what I think stinks, and I find it boring. But you can look at Dave Berg's stuff, this being a great example of how great of an artist he was. Now, some people who are very critical of my opinions, they're going to say, yeah, but Dave Berg, lighter side of, he actually had a style that was noteworthy and that was like somewhat unique and was recognizable. This is not recognizable. I think it is. I think that it is recognizable. It's I don't know. It sort of reminds me of like Joe Orlando a little bit. So I guess that actually is a point against myself. Maybe it isn't exactly recognizable, but it's good. That's what I don't understand, is that in my opinion, so much of the lighter side of later on, really it's stopped being good. Like the perspective doesn't even make sense. And let me tell you, when I notice that the perspective is bad, the perspective is pretty fucking bad. All right. But this is great. Look at this panel with you got the babes, you got this silly looking guy. All the people look so distinct and funny, and he's got, I don't know, he's just a good artist. And then you have this. The same, a nice like little balance for the beginning and end of that. That's the end. If you recall the beginning, here's the man coming out of the water. And again, it's really dark, but there's all sorts of really cool chicken fat in there as well. I like Dave Berg. I promise you guys. So we're going to keep on chugging along. Here we have the caveman. Oh, the cavemen. I see. It's different men. All right, he's chilling. Oh, too low T, dude. You gotta amp it up. Boom, she smoked. No. Oh, I remember this one now. He knocks her out with his body odor. That's right. Oh, that was great. This one's been reprinted a lot. I remember this. Now, here, this is one of the things where it's like, who is Sid Caesar? I don't know. If they did a thing on Spike Jones, I know Spike Jones. I get Spike Jones. I don't get Sid Caesar. That's just something I wasn't exposed to as a child. He plays saxophone, and he's a silly goose. That's what I understand about Sid Caesar. And you know what I think? This is funny because this is like build, right? Like Sid Caesar plays Progress Hornsby, right? I wonder in like decades from now, I wonder if that issue of Mad Magazine with the guest editor, Weird Al Yankovic, and we all care about Weird Al so much, and he did the guest editorship, and in 60 years when people pick that up, they're going to go, who? And their grandparents are going to go, you kids don't know anything, you dumb, you bozos. And yeah. How about this, though? Bridge, the aristocrat of card games, a glossary of bridge terms. Now, I looked through this. I didn't read any of it. This is my guy, Bob Clark, doing this. And this is a Bob Clark heavy issue. It's like nonstop. He earned a fat paycheck off of this issue, big time. But it's great. I just want to like cruise through some of these. Now, this is meaningful. All of these are like real terms. I remember my mother tried to explain bridge to me once, and I was like, no, I don't. That's not for me. Here's the dummy. Every partner you have in bridge, be it wife, husband, friend, or relative. It's a point count. The player points out and counts number of times partner played like an imbecile. Vulnerable, player is overly sensitive and breaks down over comments about her playing. But one of the things that I love about Bob Clark is the gestures and the expressions, and I don't know, like everything, he captures this, like the emotion, the motion, the weight of people. He does such a good job of capturing that. And it's lovely. Especially fabrics. Fabrics are like just so good, the way he draws them. Look at this. Like her posture as she's kicking him in the knee, like she's leaning her butt's off the chair so she can actually reach. It's just so great. I love it. Boy, look at Bob Clark. He's the man. On my Instagram, I'm always getting these like shorts or whatever. They're like these videos that just start playing of different artists doing their work, like a time lapse of illustration or painting. And I think if I could like retroactively go back to have somebody like watch an artist do their work, I would have Bob Clark. I would want him to post something on his. I want him to start an Instagram account. That's what I want. Yeah. All right, jumping ahead. Here we have on-the-job marching songs. We have some beautiful George Woodbridge. In this strip, I'm going to zoom in again. There's so much to zoom in for. I'm only going to sing one of these, okay, guys? And of course, it's going to be the Marine Corps hymn. Look at that. Gosh, what a fun little parade. Oh, actually, you know what I might have to do? I'm sorry, I didn't see it at first. There's two songs. I thought the Marine Corps hymn, but no. I got to sing "Anchors Away," the tune "Anchors Away," right? I'm a Navy man. I can't not sing that. What else is there, real quick? All right. Try. Oh, this is the Garbage Collectors Shanty. Chanty. Trash cans away, my boys. Trash cans away. Let's hear you make some noise. We'll wake 'em up today. Eggshells and coffee grounds, grease from the pan. Can't make ear-splitting sounds, so dump the garbage can. There we go. I hold your applause, please. You're watching this in public. Here we're gonna boogie on through this. Mort Drucker doing a little spoof on Perry Mason, Perry Masonite. There is some fun stuff like the judge is reading Mad Magazine. That's about it. Now, this is the second time. There was something pretty recently that I was looking through where they talked about the confession book. Like, I think they were talking about maybe the confession book with who is that? The daughter of the crazy lady, the actress. Something like basically Mommy Dearest, right? Like whatever book that started off. But again, more things change, the more they stay the same. Even back then, confession books were a great way to cash a check. Now, the one that I understand the most is the big punchline one down here, which is I Worry by Alfred E. Neuman, America's most beloved idiot, wonders how long his success will last. Too square, too long? Dizzy Gillespie, the heart-rending confession of the ex-president of the Lawrence Welk fan club. Here we go again. Some real silly goose, really cartoony, silly style. How You Look to Other People by Bob Clark. How you look to your news dealer, your dentist, your elevator man, to your lawyer, how you look to your waitress, your shoemaker. I mean, these are like, oh, I love this one. He did one recently, like a couple weeks ago, where he drew the devil. And I really like the way he draws the devil. And here we have, again, that not quite right Alfred E. Neuman. Not quite right. Very good. It's a good Alfred E. Neuman, but it's not quite right. Even the great Bob Clark struggles when compared to Mr. Norman Mingo. How a television script is born. This is impossible. I mean, look at this. This dude is getting paid by the word, okay? And here we have graduation speeches that somebody listened to. And here we have, I'll read this. You know I want to read this one because it's my boy Dick Nixon. This is Fidel Castro. Remember, if you believe in something, stand up and fight for those beliefs. Don't let other people step on you just because they're in power. Find friends who believe you as well, and then revolt. Take over. That's the only way. Let them know who's boss. I hope you learned something from this little speech. I hope you'll agree. It's the most revolting speech you've ever heard. Who is that? Is that like the Marx brother dude? Why can't I remember his name? Anyway, these are insurance policies for teenagers. Here's axolotl. Now, axolotl, that's one of those words that Mad Magazine went to a lot. And this is one of those things that I got to confess, I didn't know an axolotl was a real thing until very recently. It's kind of a cool animal. It only exists in the wild in like one place, but I don't know. Don't judge me too harshly, please. Okay? It doesn't sound like it's a real thing, right? Like, call your things real things, and then maybe I'll believe that they exist. This is what I remember so well. And this, again, what have I said before? Bob Clark draws the best babes. Okay? Miracle fabric clothes that stretch. OMG, you guys, this is not, would this get published in a modern Mad magazine? This counts as nudity, surely, right? That's like, that's pretty wild. And then you have here, demonstration of important disadvantage inherent in stretch items. I remember this vividly, but I don't remember where I saw it. And then here we have how to play croquet. Now watch closely, and I'll show you how to play croquet. Whoop. Brutal. That's a pretty brutal one. And we end up here with this. Great moments in medicine. I don't understand this. I swear, I've seen this one before. This is, oh wait, was this one? Oh, this may have been reproduced in the medicine one, right? In the latest issue, one of the recent issues of MAD. That's probably where I recognize that one from. Anyway, you guys, that's it. Mad Magazine number 48. Remember, hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. That's the best way to support this channel. Thank you so much for watching. Toodaloo.